California Democratic Congressman Amit Bera joins me now. And Congressman, I first want to get your reaction to what Bill was just talking about, and this is the criticism against Karen Bass that she's facing from all sides for not just being in Africa when she knew that the winds were expected to pick up, they knew that there was fire danger, but then how she has frankly bungled her response since she returned.
You know, here's what I'd say is now's not the time for finger pointing and infighting. Now's the time for all the leaders in Southern California, in Los Angeles, as well across this country to come together, because what you just showed is a picture of devastation and horrific. And this is not under control. It could get worse. And the more folks are pointing fingers at one another, the harder it is going to get this contained. Once this is over, obviously do an after action review, but now's not the time for infighting.
Well, and that is something that, as Bill was discussing, seems to be happening between fire officials and with the mayor there in the air. But on a larger scale, I do want to talk to you about the insurance issues that have been in play in California since 2017. More and more insurance companies have been walking away, canceling coverage. Now you've got Vice President Harris and you've got others saying that they don't want to see cancellation of these homeowners' policies. That, by California law, I want to be clear, is illegal. But the bigger question for you, Congressman, is when the 119th Congress gets back into session, you guys, I'm assuming that the Congress there is going to have to put some funding forth. I don't know what kind of number we're talking about. I think it's too soon. But the federal response, it took you 3 months to respond to Sandy, to get any money voted on. It took over a year for Congress to appropriate funding for Hawaii. How long is this going to take?
I would hope that we come together as Democrats and Republicans. We did pass a supplemental with about $100 billion because of the floods that we saw in North Carolina, South Carolina over the summer. These events are becoming more and more frequent, not just in California, but across this country. So we may have to come up with a better system because we can't allocate hundreds of billions of dollars every year and expect these things to be unexpected because they're now happening with regularity. On the insurance issue, that is something we're going to have to try to figure out here in California. It was an issue before these fires, and we're talking $50 billion, maybe $100 billion of damage, and we're going to have to figure this out.
Well, I will say the Wall Street Journal this morning in the editorial section writes about how the state is going to be handling these wildfires going forward. And it says, in particular, if Democrats who run the state believe their own advertising, why not spend money in useful ways rather than on a green energy transition to nowhere? A lot of questions for California lawmakers. Congressman, thank you very much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Hey, everyone. I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.